Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Today we're going to talk about what a narcissistic person or other cluster B may provide to you in the relationship that keeps you, uh, wanting them back after they skedaddle out of your life, or when things start to dwindle down in the relationship and the things that you want back. It's not just, love and the fake empathetic ear or whatever, protector energy to some, the perfect partner in whatever area in your life that is missing. But there's also things for myself, being a narcissistic, darker flavor person, that I need in my relationships as well because I get chronically bored. So, in the comments, tell me what it is that maybe you're experiencing in or have experienced with your partner that you are now missing now from your partner. Okay, I've made a bunch of videos on why everything goes down, 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 and losing that fantasy with you. But I kind of want to put a different spin on it as well from both of our sides. Okay, so now that I confused the shit out of you with my word salad, here we go. Okay, so adventure and travel. Sometimes if your life has no color to it whatsoever, I'm not talking about you people out there that have it all going on, everything's fucking great. Some of you guys just go to work, go to the grocery store, go to the gym, go home, and that's it. You don't have a full colorful spectrum happening, okay? And what this person is going to bring into your life is a lot more spice, a lot more adventure. Okay. And another thing, they always say, oh, a narcissistic person wants to take you out of your safe space into, a destination or whatever. We're bored, or at least I am. And I would really enjoy, when first getting to know somebody, it's to take, a small trip someplace, no, big destination ship, but that people will take you to Europe or do some crazy cray bullshit, right? But even just overnight excursions, so you can have your nice romance together and walk on the beach or whatever, and you're just concentrating on each other. You are not in reality right now, okay? I've talked to many people who have told me that their partner has brought lots of adventure to them, and not just future faking about an adventure that will never come. Sure, that happens too, but that's because, we're also full of all these ideas and stuff. The only really the fuck boys and the con artists that are just trying to extort money out of you, a place to live, something, they're going to do all this future faking shit. Otherwise, I want the romance, I want the adventure, I want the fun, I want you to be focusing on me, I want to be your number one, okay? This fantasy shit, this ain't no fucking lie. I want to learn all about you. I want to really make you my person, okay? If it's not me just being like, having a down moment and just want to alleviate my boredom by fucking with people, I'm talking about a real relationship connection here. Even if there is a goal in that relationship, to have somebody that's going to take me away from my everyday bullshit life. If I needed somebody to marry because I had a small child, every partner that I've ever had brought some sort of excitement into the flat line of my life. Okay, I'm not dating somebody who just wants to fucking sit around and do a hell of a lot of nothing with me. I'm taking off. I have been with those types of people, and it's like, no, if you're not, I can do that every day by my fucking self. Okay, so adventure and travel. Then you have the spicy sex. So and this is where people can get easily poached to from another relationship that has got into the normalcy of sexy time, and the person is bored out of their fucking mind. So they can slip into an affair with somebody if they're bringing a lot of sexy spice into their life. Okay, then you have the empathetic ear. So if you are with somebody or have been with somebody in the past who did not listen to you ever, I know I'm a black and white thinker, but the majority of the time, and they're just the people who only talk about themselves, the dialoguers and everything. This is why I think that some of you people get into multiple cluster B relationships, because you're tired of being with somebody who's just monologuing their whole fucking life. They only care about themselves, their own needs getting met. And then you finally get into a relationship with somebody that's actually listening to you and giving you some fucking attention. Finally, yeah, you're going to get enmeshed with those people. All right. Then we have someone to challenge you to greatness. So say that you never had a cheerleader in your life, or you grew up where you were being torn down all the time, or your past relationships being torn down, and thought that your grandiose thoughts, say hello to the refrigerator, making ice, okay, and you've always been torn down for your ridiculousness of what you want to be when you grow up, right? And finally somebody comes around and they're like, yeah, you can do it, and they're giving you what you are missing inside of yourself. This can be also friends as well, okay, new friends that come into your life, all right? And of course you can have a combination of all of these things as well. Then we have the perfect husband and wife team. So if that is what you want, you do not have that, never had it before, and somebody's coming into your life giving you this dream of the future. I've told you guys before, it doesn't matter what somebody says about the future until it happens. Live in the present, okay? Live in the present. You save yourself from a lot of heartache, all right? If you do not think that this person is going to be your everything, let each other prove this every day. Okay? All right. Then we have, help them relive happy childhood moments or acting childlike together. So this is the nostalgia thing. So if you used to, this is, a lot of men love to play video games and everything. These are things that we used to do as a child. Going out, having your little adventures outside, riding bikes together, just doing fun, crazy shit, going to riding the carts together. A lot of men want women, who ride motorcycles together, so they can have these, women say, oh, they're little boys. Yeah, they want to live their childhood. So if you can, kind of get in there with them and do childlike things and games and playing around, having sexy time in dangerous places and stuff like that, it gives them a sense of childlike adventure, okay? Idealizing them. So putting them on a pedestal, they say that's terrible because you're going to get knocked down. But I've talked to many people, and they loved being idealized by their partner. They were perfect. Nothing they could do was wrong. Everything, they fucking burp, and it's like fucking, oh my God. All right, that's going a little too far, but it's everything is just great. You are each other's twin flame. Your soulmates, they look at you with like, they adore you. And yes, that is addictive, and why it hurts so much when it is taken away. Now, some of you also want stability. So sometimes, say you're an emotionally dysregulated person or a money dysregulated person, and sometimes you want somebody in your life to balance that out and have guidance, okay, for you. So you will associate these good times with them. These are the moments and feelings that will be lost without them. Even when they slowly begin to stop, your brain believes that they are holding your happiness hostage. Now, I have felt like this in trauma-bonded relationships or being broken up with somebody where I felt like I still had unfinished business with. And I did fall into this fantasy thinking that, my life is a complete dead zone without this person that brought all of these things into my life, because I am not capable of creating these things on my own. I felt like I needed to have somebody hold my hand and drag me along into those things. This is why relationships with people who need somebody to drag them into a lot of things were not a good match, because I need somebody to show me new adventures and new things too. Okay? It's like pulling teeth trying to get me, to schedule a fucking trip and do all these itinerary shit. Yes, I've done it in the past because I had to, because a person I was married to was not capable of such bullshit, okay? It's not a good time. These are also experiences you find in others when you're in a committed relationship. This is the cheating. You're going to find all of these wonderful, adventurous, spirited type people, the empathetic ear, the person who's flirting with you where your partner hasn't flirted with you in 1,000 years, and you're going to create this fantasy with this person, usually a coworker, a friend, or you're a piece of shit because you're fucking around with your person's sibling, cousin, father. Fucking gross. Instead of working on building what's missing in your relationship, you believe that this new person holds the key to your joy. And that is not true. They will bring a lot of things that are missing, but they are going to be taken away. It doesn't stay that way. Both of you have to create that sort of bond together and be consciously aware when things start to get stagnant to bring more spice. I've read the fucking marriage books. This is what they tell you to do. Especially creating bonds by doing hobbies and stuff together, which you don't have to do every single thing together, but actually doing something to bond yourselves together. My ex-father-in-law, he was a musician. And so my ex-mother-in-law, she took up guitar. So in their retirement years, they could go to jams and everything and play music at like little restaurants and stuff together. And that was their bonding. It's lovely. All right. Narcissists will get bored of you, blame you for their loss of joy, even if it was them who changed. So they fell out of fantasy with you. So they're going to blame you anyways. If they're not happy, they're blaming you. If they're angry about whatever the fuck, they're blaming you. If they're comparing you to other people, other relationships, other whatever the fuck, it's always blaming you. Now, I'm not saying that you who are blaming your partner for being a motherfucker, you're justified in those things too, especially if you tell them and they do not fucking try to change, or they change for a minute and then kind of fall off and they don't keep it up. You really have to keep these things up for them to become a habit. And it usually takes, a month of consistency where it's not going to feel like you dread fucking doing these things. I have changed, certain things to be a better family person in my life at times. And I did have to struggle with that. And then it did become a habit. And then, of course, I fell off on that shit because I get bored. It's not my people's fault. It's not my family's fault, okay? It's my brain. All right. Sometimes it's the situation that changes. So moving in, so now you have no space from each other. You're on top of each other all the time. You cannot miss each other, okay? And complacency breeds resentment, right? Is that the fucking saying? Okay. Babies, so there's no more adventure and spice. You now look like a mother figure to this man or the woman. Your hormones are changing and everything, and they're just, trying to adapt to the creature that's growing inside of you, right? And then after you have the baby, your body has to readapt and everything. You can't fuck for like 6 weeks. And so, you have to be with a man who is really empathetic. If you're with a guy and you know that he's very selfish, and it can be very, his charisma and everything is really cool and shit, but this is not the guy to have a family with, okay? All right, because they usually step out on you when you're pregnant. And getting married, they feel trapped with a parental figure. They have to ask permission to do whatever the fuck that they want now. They're trapped. They don't see you as a teammate. They see you as a prison. Okay? All right, so you want crazy to settle down. Sorry, I'm getting woo. And that's not happening. You cannot change them. You cannot lecture them into changing. They are, they want all of these things, or they are all of these things. The adventure, the crazy sex, the always looking for something to throw into their empty hole. Nothing makes them full, okay? So they're always grabbing. And it's cool when they take you along with you, but when they cut the cord and they're still doing all of these things without you, then you're going to be lost and always wanting that back from them. Okay, and you will notice if you get back together with somebody who did bring all of this joy and shit and alleviated your boredom and stuff into your life, and you bring them back, the reason why you broke up is still there. So they have not changed, and sometimes they change for the worse, meaning that they're not bringing any fucking fun and joy into your life. They're not obsessed with you. Even after all that time that you're apart, they don't give a fuck, okay? And they're still selfish, and it's still all about them. So, if you reconnect and you see this, get the fuck out. It's not changing, okay? And then you're going to try to change to be with this new fucking stagnant person, and that's just going to drain you too. Even if they're not being abusive, they're boring. Okay? All right. So, like I said, all of my long-term partners brought something into my boring life. And when I stopped getting what I needed from them, I left. I am a teenager at heart. I can fake adult. I can fake for, a very long time to try to, even reading self-help books and try to fake stability in here. That's not, it's not real. So if this is who I am and you want peace and you go live your boring life over there, you go adult over there, because I need more than just I ain't your fucking couch potato. Okay? All right. So I hope that was helpful. I got a new friend. bringing some adventure into my life. And it wasn't that bad either. Okay, so have a great day. Namaste.